Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our EAFC 25 career mode here with Southampton. We're returning today off the back of the crazy summer transfer window that saw us spend over £300 million as we look to invest that money in the squad ready for the Champions League this season. We did also see a couple of big departures. Evan Nilsson heading to PSG, Fatawu heading to Manchester City and a few others as well, but it's been a pretty good start to this season. We are 4 wins from 4 in the Premier League and we've got more big games to come today, including a couple of big fixtures in the Premier League. We'll also have the Carabao Cup third round tie where we've been drawn at home to Swansea City, and also our first games in the Champions League, the new league phase. First time I'm taking part in it and I'm really looking forward to that. It's where we're going to be starting today's episode off, as well as we take on Athletic Bilbao at St Mary's in our first ever Champions League phase fixture. Let's just dive straight into this first game at home to the Spaniards, looking to kick off the campaign with 3 points in our first ever game in the Champions League. Come on, you Saints. So we're underway here at St Mary's. Really looking forward to this, and I think we've actually been quite lucky with our fixtures. We seem to have avoided all of the real big teams. Of course, the Champions League, most games are pretty difficult. There aren't really any easy games, but I have to say, yeah, I think we've done okay on the fixture scheduling. So I'd love to kick off the campaign with all 3 points here. Oh, that's nice football. And Bilbao looking to take the lead. Kimpembe in the way. Still Bilbao have it on the edge. And still, this is really nice football. Van Dijk gets something on it. And that's a big save by Muric right at the end of the first half. Bit of poor defending as we couldn't get out. And Bilbao looking to strike before the break. It's another huge save by Muric, and Van Dijk puts it behind and into touch. A little bit of pressure on our goal right at the end of the first half, but we still remain deadlocked at 0-0. Walker Peters gets it out to St Maximin, waiting for the run of Martson down the left, and he's away. Martson, nice quick little 1-2. And back to Marcos Leonardo! First goal for the club. A lovely quick break from Southampton, and it falls to our new number 9, the new Brazilian in town, Marcos Leonardo, and he's got the finish. Big boots to fill after Evan Nilsson's departure, but in just his second game for the club, he's off the mark with a brilliant finish to give us the lead. Ward-Prowse forward to Chaibi. Over the top for Mohamed Kudus to run into, and he's got the pace, and he's to the byline and across for Leonardo. It's another big save. Saints really pressing for that second goal. We might not need it looking at the clock, but it's not going to matter. We only need the single goal to secure the victory. Limbs in the home end at St Mary's, our first ever Champions League game. And it's a win on match day 1. A pretty convincing win as well. Bilbao didn't really cause us too many issues. Kimpembe and Van Dijk at the back. So much experience between the two of them. And they were really solid as a CB partnership. And Marcos Leonardo, with his first goal for the club, wins it for the Saints. Well, just keeping the games rolling, now that we're in the Champions League, we've got midweek fixtures pretty much every week, so lots of games to come. We're thankfully not too far from home for this one, though, as we take on Bournemouth just down the road in Dorset in the Not A South Coast derby. They've had a pretty good start to the season. 2 wins, a draw and just 1 defeat has them sat in 6th place. So a pretty big game early on in the season where we're looking to maintain our 100% start. Come on, you Saints. Kudus wins it back. Look at the space. Marcos Leonardo. It's brilliant and it's off the upright. Did everything right, but just ran out of room at the end. His shot clips the inside of the post and falls behind for the goal kick. Kudus, quick throw, Livramento on the move. And Livramento looked to blast it, and the keeper got something behind it. Needed a bit more power to try and beat him from there, from Livramento, but didn't really have any options to pull it back to on the edge of the box. Oh, Stein pinches it. Stein's in, surely to make it 1-0. Stein belts it in just as we approach the hour mark, and it's a really weird game this. We had one against Bournemouth, I think last year, at St Mary's, where they literally just knocked the ball around and did not play with any intent. It's been the exact same thing here today. We've had a couple of little half chances, but finally, after the mistake from Zabarnyi, Stein races through, smashes home and scores the opener on the South Coast. Well, there is the whistle. Really, really uneventful game, just due to the way that Bournemouth played. Once again, it's always when we play Bournemouth, really strange setup from Iraola and his team. But we won't mind one bit as we managed to find the breakthrough thanks to the mistake. And Southampton's 100% record in the Premier League continues. And it's another clean sheet that makes it 5 from 5 in the Premier League, and we're still yet to concede a goal. Right, well, once again, jumping into our next game, third competition of the episode as we take on Swansea City in the third round of the Carabao Cup. Lots and lots of changes as this is our lowest priority, but we've still not made it to a quarter final of a cup competition so far in the save. So I do really want to progress to at least the quarters and preferably a semi-final and give us the chance of making Wembley. So early stages, lots of changes, but still looking to make it through here against the Swans. Come on, you Saints. Walker-Peters down the left-hand side. Brereton Diaz absolutely scythed down. The Chilean with a new squad number this season and a new role for him today as well, as he's playing as the number 10. It's a long way out for JWP this, but he's certainly got it in his locker. Ward-Prowse hits it. Oh my goodness, has he got it in his locker? My word, JWP, the free kick king. I said in the season finale, if you didn't see it, that we've been waiting for a chance to really ping a free kick with him. And there it is, James Ward-Prowse around the wall. The technique is superb. The keeper's got no chance. And that is the best free kick goal of the save. JWP enjoyed it. Van Dijk enjoyed it. And I think the whole of St Mary's did. Van Dijk into Nathan Tella. Bit of space for the wide man. Nathan Tella going on. Still Nathan Tella. Brilliant run. And his shot is straight at the keeper and then scrambled off the line. And that is going to do it on the South Coast. Another narrow win by just a single goal to nil for the Saints. But I don't care if every game ends with a 1-0 Southampton victory, as long as we are getting the job done. A wonder goal from JWP is enough to seal our progression through to the fourth round of the Carabao Cup, where we should hopefully find out who we will face straight away. Right, well, before jumping into our next game against Nottingham Forest, we're still second in the table behind Tottenham, who are also flying at the beginning of the campaign. But we'll find out who it is we will face in the fourth round, and we're away to Norwich. So another pretty favourable fixture, as there's quite a few of the big boys still left in the competition. But Liverpool facing Aston Villa, Chelsea against Man City, Arsenal against Forest, and Spurs against Barnsley. Okay, well, that's a great opportunity to make it to the quarterfinals of the competition away at Carrow Road. But again, just keeping the games rolling today. Returning back home to St Mary's as we take on Nuno's Nottingham Forest, who, by the way, are doing so well in real life. They're absolutely flying at the moment. But taking them on here in the game, currently they sit in mid-table. We look to keep our 100% start to the season going. Come on, you Saints. This is patient football, though, from the Saints. Livramento again into Mohamed Kudus. Works half a yard on that left peg and forces a good save out of the keeper as Forest failed to clear. And in the end, hoof it into Kimpembe. Now Stein. Nice one too. And Stein gets it all wrong. Oh, Saint-Maximin wins it back. Can he slip in? Marcos Leonardo looking for his first Premier League goal of the season, but denied. Saint-Maximin will float the corner in. It's dangerous looking for Downs. Kimpembe keeps it alive. It's Marcos Leonardo again. And I think that's Carlos Miguel in between the sticks for Forest is once again equal to it. Well, we're still waiting for the opening goal here at St Mary's, and we've had all the chances. We've just not been able to find a way past Carlos Miguel so far. This is probably the most we've created in a single game in today's episode, but it's the one game so far we've not been able to find the net. Still a long way to go, but we need a goal if we're to keep up that 100% record. And Livramento and Stein and Saint-Maximin. Nice football this from the Saints. And Stein from the edge is denied once again. O'Brien, ball forward. Bowler onside, and that's a big save by Muric. Looking to break his own record of 26 clean sheets this season. He's already got 5 in his first 5. And Josh Bowler there had the chance to score the first goal against him this season, as O'Brien might do now. But again, Muric is equal to it as Forest with a late flurry. And that is going to do it here at St Mary's. Our first slip-up of the season, and we do still remain unbeaten. But Forest at home is really a fixture that I would be targeting all 3 points. Couldn't find a way past Carlos Miguel today. And it was just the Brazilian that denied us, making it 6 wins from 6. Disappointing result, that. Right, well, all we can do is put it right in our next game. Match day 2 of the Champions League phase as we take on Ajax. I believe we're away in the Netherlands at the Johan Cruyff Arena. They lost by 3-0 by another English side, Manchester City, in their previous game. So they'll be looking for their first points of the league phase, and we want to get back to winning ways after that draw with Forest. First away day in the Champions League. Come on, you Saints. Yeah, managed to get a win in match day 1 of the Champions League, that being at St Mary's, and I'd love a second here on the road, and I'd love a second goal of the season for Marcos Leonardo. Scored in the first game of today's episode, that win at St Mary's against Bilbao, but hasn't scored since, so would love him to get his second of the season as we take on Ajax away in Amsterdam. Here comes Traore down the right-hand side. The former Chelsea man swings the cross in. Still loose on the edge. Shot comes in and Muric forced into the save. Taylor, nice ball forward. That's an even better ball into the fullback. Danger here. Cuts inside and Traore puts it just wide of Muric's near post. First 2 chances of the game falling to the way of the hosts, and Southampton haven't really got going yet. You know, it is a daunting experience travelling away in Europe, especially if you're facing off against one of Europe's elite. But with our first real attack of the game, Saint-Maximin gets, I think that is goal number 3 of the season in all competitions, and opens the scoring. The Saints fans are right up at the top of the stadium celebrate, and despite the early pressure from Ajax, it's the travelling side who take the lead. Gruev forward to Stein, and space for Nathan Teller out wide. Looks in behind for Archer. Cameron Archer off the bench, hits it straight at the keeper, who stood up well and makes the stop. And we're just not looking too confident in front of goal at the moment. Tahirovic for Ajax. Thankfully, our defence has been solid and keeping everybody out as Solé just about gets that back to Muric. And there is the result. 2 wins from 2 for Southampton in the Champions League, both by the same scoreline of a single goal to nil. Our favourite result so far this season, and I said earlier on in the episode, I don't mind if every game is a 1-0 victory. St. Maximin's goal in the first half, enough to see us leave the Netherlands with all 3 points. So 2 wins from 2 in the Champions League, but a really, really tricky battle in our next game as we head to Naples. But we'll save that for the next episode. A couple of league games to close out today. Starting here away in London as we travel to West Ham. They've had a pretty good start to the season. 4 wins in their opening 6 games, and it's starting to get pretty tight at the top of the table already. Probably our toughest fixture of the season here as we take on Lopetegui's side looking for 3 points. Come on, you Saints. Yeah, back to winning ways in midweek, but still not particularly convincing, and taking on a really good West Ham side here. I'm expecting a really tough game as Stein given room on the edge early on. There's Marcus Leonardo. Lovely football. St. Maximin hits it straight at Andre Lunin, who caused us lots of issues last year when we faced West Ham here. Fantastic start though as St. Maximin dispossessed on the edge. Really, really promising start though. Zigankov up against Martson. Pigs it back to Sofau. Through the legs, and St. Maximin gets something on it, but still alive for the Hammers. Zigankov through the gap for Gyökeres, and what a save by Muric. Stein into Livramento, and Tino going on still. Tino across for Marcus Leonardo, big block, and St. Maximin has his shot blocked by Marcus Leonardo. And I'll be honest, I'm really not getting on with the Brazilians so far. His sort of overall play is nowhere near as good as Evanilson's was, and just 1 goal to start the campaign off. He's not exactly firing on all cylinders, and there is a big gap left by Evanilson. Here is Marcus Leonardo though. That's much better, and Stein blocked, and Kudus, of course, his first goal for the club would come against the team that he signed from. Kudus against West Ham. You knew that was going to be the script. A little bit lucky with the way the ball falls to him, but he still has to finish it off. This game has been frantic in the early stages. We finally have the breakthrough goal, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more today. Gyökeres, nice little layoff. There's Duranville. Rebiger into Gyökeres, and Muric is just determined to keep this streak going for as long as possible. Another fantastic stop, and still we are yet to concede in the Premier League as Livramento wins that tackle. This is a ridiculous run from the Saints. Livramento into Einstein, and there's St. Maximin, who doubles our lead. Really good start to the season for Alain St. Maximin. His 4th of the campaign, and 2 in as many games for the Frenchman as well. Stein, look at the space for Leonardo. Can he finish? Marcos Leonardo. First Premier League goal for the Brazilian, and we can't write him off too early. The summer signing from Brentford gets his first goal in the league for the Saints. Not particularly good celebrations in the away end. Scored his first goal for the club in the Champions League at the beginning of the episode, and now bags his first in the Premier League as Lopetegui's side have completely fallen to bits. Yeah, I mean, I do wonder if someone like Marcos Leonardo is good enough to lead us to a Premier League title, as Kudus finds a brilliant ball, and there is Leonardo. And right on cue he gets his second. Like London buses, you have to wait an hour for one, and 2 turn up in the space of a few minutes. Leonardo grabs his second, and just as I was saying, I'm not sure if he is good enough to lead us to a Premier League title, I definitely think we should be in a title race at least this season after just falling away towards the end of last campaign. Leonardo grabs his second of the game, third of the season, and we're on to match our biggest ever victory of the save, which also came here at the London Stadium. But here goes Marcus Leonardo again, and his touch is heavy. Chibi forward to St. Maximan. Nice football this, and Chibi finds Cameron Archer. And not only are we going to match our biggest Premier League win of the save, we're going to beat it 5-0 here at West Ham. We beat them 4-0, I think, last campaign, or maybe the season before, but Cameron Archer with another goal in the Premier League means that it is West Ham United 0, Southampton 5 here in the capital. Biggest win of the save, and that is exactly the performance we needed after a couple of pretty lacklustre 1-0 victories back to back. What a win for the Saints. Alright then guys, we'll play one more game to close out the episode. Another pretty tough one as we travel to Molineux to take on Wolves. They're having a pretty good season themselves, 4 wins and 3 defeats to kick off the campaign. For Southampton though, top of the table, still unbeaten and still yet to concede a goal. Looking to end the episode with all of that still intact away at Molineux. Come on, you Saints. Yeah, it was a fantastic result in the last game, and would have been a lovely way to end the episode as St. Maximan. What a save that is by Sam Johnston. I want to come back in the next episode with that trip to Naples to take on Napoli, so we'll close out with this one here. Good early stop by the former Crystal Palace man. Stein into St. Maximan. Forward for Marcus Leonardo. Flag stays down. Marcus Leonardo. Another big save by Johnston. Tough conditions out there today, but we've been peppering that Wolves goal. But so far, no way past the Englishman as St. Maximan waits for the run of Martson. St. Maximan again. There's Stein. And Kudus, lovely feet. Marcus Leonardo. And again, Johnston is there. St. Maximan's ball in. Solé, another big save. Johnston just getting in front of everything here today. And still we await the breakthrough goal. And I think Marcus Leonardo just went too early there. Yes, he did, as his shot clips the outside of the post. Solé, space to drive forward. Looks for Marcus Leonardo. It's going to hold up. Oh, and Johnston comes for it. And there was a bit of a mix-up. And in the rainy conditions, the ball held up on the turf. It just wouldn't quite fall kindly for us as Stein releases Kudus. And that's surely a spot kick. Terrible, terrible tackle. Kudus brought down. And the Saints will have a penalty. Well, it's going to be Marcus Leonardo to take. The number 9... wanting the responsibility. Marcus Leonardo sends it into the back of the net. Third goal in the Premier League, and Marcus Leonardo gives us the lead before the break. Downs pinches it back, looks for Marcus Leonardo. Over the top for Mohamed Kudus, and Johnston gets gloves on it once again as we look to double our lead. St. Maximan's ball in. Solé and Stein. And it's blocked behind by Gabriel Jesus as it wouldn't fall for the Dutchman. Corner floated in again. And Taylor's going to get there first, is he? No, it's cleared. Kudus' delivery. Dangerous ball into Ndiaye Shime, who headed back across goal. And again, Johnston is equal to it, and we just cannot find that second goal just to give us a bit of a cushion here. Chibi through the gap for Cameron Archer. Can Archer finish? Yes, he can. His best goal-scoring season of the save. Cameron Archer, I believe, with goal number 6 of the season. all of which coming in the Premier League, and that will surely seal it for the Saints. A nice way to close out the episode with a big win away at Molineux. Alright then guys, that is where we will leave it for today's episode. A really good run of form for Southampton, currently sat top of the Premier League and still yet to concede a goal in our opening 8 games. We're still only 3 points clear of Manchester City in 4th though. They, Arsenal and Spurs all keeping pace with us as we look to maintain our unbeaten status. But we'll be back in the next episode for more big games in the Premier League and the Champions League. We'll have our last 16 tie against Norwich in the Carabao Cup, where we're looking to make the quarter-finals for the first time in the save. I hope you have enjoyed, guys, and I'll catch you for the next episode very soon. Take care and peace.